In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NHL games happening on March 20th, 2024 and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NHL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Toronto Maple Leafs versus Washington Capitals. The impending clash between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Washington Capitals has drawn considerable anticipation as both teams strive to build upon their commendable performances throughout the season. The Maple Leafs currently boast a commendable record of 38-19-9, securing the third best position in the competitive Atlantic Division. Meanwhile, the Capitals, with a record of 33-25-9, have surged into a playoff spot within the Eastern Conference with 3 consecutive victories under their belt. The significance of this encounter is underscored by both teams' aspirations to fortify their standings in the Eastern Conference playoff landscape, promising an enthralling spectacle for hockey enthusiasts. Toronto emerges as the frontrunner, flaunting a notable offensive prowess poised to tip the scales in their favor. Throughout the season, the Leafs have exhibited formidable offensive capabilities, evident in their consistent scoring performances. Impressively, in 5 out of their last 10 games, Toronto has netted 4 or more goals, solidifying their position as the 3rd highest scoring team in the league. Spearheading their offensive charge is William Nylander, amassing an impressive 87 points, while Austin Matthews leads the NHL with an astounding 55 goals. In contrast, the Capitals find themselves lagging behind, ranking 29th in goals per game and 30th in shots per game, setting the stage for a compelling clash of offensive versus defensive prowess. Despite Toronto's undeniable offensive dominance, uncertainties loom as they enter the match fresh off a defeat against the Flyers, compounded by the challenge of playing on consecutive days. Nonetheless, Toronto boasts an impressive away record of 20-8-6, offering a glimmer of hope for success on the road. In contrast, the Capitals have capitalized on their home advantage, boasting a commendable record of 17-10-5 on home ice. Notably, Washington's recent resurgence, marked by a 3-game winning streak, has been anchored by their steadfast defense, conceding a mere 4 goals across their triumphant run. However, their over-reliance on defensive solidity underscores their struggles in offensive output, a vulnerability that Toronto aims to exploit. So the Toronto Maple Leafs money line is our full game side pick. In recent encounters, the Maple Leafs have showcased their offensive prowess, lighting the lamp an impressive 13 times in their last 3 games, averaging an impressive 4.3 goals per game. This offensive surge has invariably translated into high-scoring affairs, with the over-hitting in each of their recent outings. Despite Joseph Woll's expected starting goal, following Ilya Samsonov's prior performance against the Flyers, Toronto remains confident in their ability to maintain offensive momentum. Conversely, the Capitals, despite their recent string of victories, have struggled to find the back of the net consistently, tallying just 9 goals across their 3 consecutive wins. This offensive inconsistency has contributed to a trend favoring the under in Washington's recent matchups, including their previous encounter with the Flames, where they managed to secure victory with a modest goal tally. As anticipation mounts for this highly anticipated matchup, contrasting offensive strategies set the stage for a riveting showdown between the Maple Leafs and the Capitals. While Toronto's offensive firepower suggests a propensity for high-scoring affairs, Washington's defensive resilience and offensive struggles lean towards a more conservative projection. Reflecting upon recent trends and team dynamics, opting for the under on the projected total emerges as the prudent choice, aligning with the prevailing narrative of defensive resilience and tempered offensive output. Thus, a cautious approach towards the total appears warranted, offering a balanced perspective amidst the contrasting styles of play exhibited by the competing teams. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Arizona Coyotes versus Dallas Stars. Commencing the 2023 to 2024 season with aspirations aplenty, the Arizona Coyotes embarked on a journey fueled by the promise of their youthful core. Alas, despite glimpses of potential, their roster lacks the requisite depth to vie for top honors at present. Compounded by the persistent tumult surrounding their arena, the franchise finds itself ensnared in an unsettled state, precluding any swift ascent into the echelons of playoff contention. On the imminent Wednesday clash, they brace themselves for a showdown against the formidable Dallas Stars, a team freshly invigorated by a substantial trade deadline acquisition. Buoyed by this infusion, they now boast one of the most formidable and talent-laden rosters across the NHL landscape. Indeed, as the 2023 to 2024 campaign hurtles towards its crescendo, the Stars emerge as an unequivocal nightmare for adversaries, armed with depth and skill in abundance. Nestled amidst a closely contested pursuit for supremacy in the Central Division, the Stars find themselves entrenched in a pivotal position. Confronted with opponents of a markedly inferior stature, encounters such as this assume paramount importance in their quest for divisional glory. Fortified by a stellar home record boasting a commendable 20-10-4 at the American Airlines Center, the Stars' prowess on their home turf remains a force to be reckoned with. Renowned for their dynamic offensive flair, they rank as the second highest scoring ensemble in the league, notching an impressive average of 3.59 goals per game. Having already clashed once with the Coyotes this season, emerging victorious with a 4-3 overtime triumph, the Stars' offensive depth renders them a formidable adversary, while their defensive fortitude further bolsters their credentials as a preeminent force in the league. The historical narrative of this Central Division rivalry between the Arizona Coyotes and the Dallas Stars paints a picture of utter dominance by the latter. With a resounding 8-2 record in their favor across their past 10 encounters, the Stars have wielded their superiority with authority. In their previous 6 meetings hosted in Dallas, the Stars have emerged triumphant on 5 occasions, outscoring their opponents by a comprehensive margin of 22-12. As the stakes escalate with playoff seeding hanging in the balance, victory in this impending clash assumes heightened significance for the Stars. In stark contrast to the Stars' stellar trajectory, the Arizona Coyotes have grappled with inconsistency throughout the ongoing season, particularly on the road, where they languish with a subpar record of 11-19-5. Conversely, the Stars' formidable form at home, boasting a commendable 20-10-4 record, underscores their status as one of the NHL's premier outfits. Having clinched victory in their last 5 encounters against the Coyotes and 8 of their last 10 overall, the Stars are poised to capitalize on favorable matchups such as this to bolster their position atop the Western Conference standings. Even in the event of potential roster absences, the Stars' depth ensures a continuation of their winning ways. With a high degree of confidence in their ability to prevail, the Stars appear primed to assert their dominance over the Coyotes. Anticipating a commanding lead heading into the latter stages of the contest, the prospect of sealing the victory with an empty net goal looms large. Consequently, the Dallas Stars to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Meanwhile, the Coyotes are poised to capitalize on ample scoring opportunities against a Stars defense yielding an average of 3.01 goals per game. Spearheaded by the likes of Clayton Keller and Nick Schmaltz, the Coyotes' forward contingent is primed to dictate proceedings in the offensive zone, orchestrating swift passages of play to carve out open shooting lanes. Conversely, the Stars aim to build upon their recent offensive exploits, exploiting the Coyotes' defensive vulnerabilities, which see them concede an average of 3.29 goals per game. Led by the formidable trio of Jason Robertson, Joe Pavelski, and Rupins, supported by the offensive prowess of defensemen Thomas Harley and Miro Heiskanen, the Stars harbor ambitions of running up the score against their beleaguered opponents. With both teams boasting potent offensive arsenals, a high-scoring affair looms large, making over the projected total our full game total pick. Minnesota Wild versus Los Angeles Kings. The Minnesota Wild, currently standing at 33-27-8 and ranking 6th in the Central Division, are embarking on a journey to Los Angeles for a face-off against the Kings, who hold a record of 34-22-11 and stand 3rd in the Pacific Division. This anticipated clash is scheduled for Wednesday evening at the prestigious Crypto.com Arena. The Wild, fresh from their triumphant 33rd victory of the season just last week, find themselves trailing the Vegas Golden Knights by a mere 3 games in the race for the final wild card spot within the Western Conference. On the other end, the Kings are firmly anchored in 3rd place within the Pacific Division of the Western Conference, eagerly vying with the Oilers and the Canucks for the top spot. Despite the Wild's valiant efforts, they found themselves on the losing end in 3 out of their last 4 encounters with the Kings, notably succumbing to a resounding 7-3 defeat in their home turf earlier this year. The absence of Eriksson poses a significant setback for Minnesota's offensive prowess, casting shadows of doubt over their aspirations of clinching a playoff berth, slipping away much like grains of sand through their fingers. Los Angeles, on the other hand, seems to have found their stride against the Wild, emerging victorious in 3 of their last 4 faceoffs. Notably, when playing on their home turf in Los Angeles, the Kings have triumphed in their last 2 encounters against the Wild. As the regular season approaches its climax, the Kings have exhibited a marked improvement in their home performances, while the Wild struggle to replicate their dominance away from home, with a lukewarm record of 15-15-4 on the road. The Kings continue to assert their dominance over the Wild, securing victories in 3 of their past 4 matchups, with a notable 7-3 triumph on Minnesota's home ground earlier this season. Furthermore, Los Angeles has managed to outclass Minnesota in their recent encounters at Crypto.com Arena, adding to their growing momentum. Conversely, the Wild have struggled to maintain consistency away from their home stadium this season, with a win rate of under 50%, suffering defeats in their last 2 road games against formidable opponents like the Blues and the Avalanche. Meanwhile, the Kings have showcased their prowess in their home arena, clinching victories in 2 out of their last 3 contests, including a memorable shutout against the Islanders just last week. Bolstered by an impeccable defensive record, the Kings have limited their opponents to 3 goals or less in 5 of their last 6 home games, a testament to their formidable defense, currently ranking 3rd in the NHL with an average of 2.48 goals allowed per game, thus diminishing the odds of Wild skaters scoring in rapid succession on the road. The betting landscape tilts in favor of the Kings, particularly on their home turf, as evidenced by their consistent performances against the Wild. Contrarily, wagering on the Minnesota money line hasn't yielded significant profits this season, further solidifying the case for placing trust in the Kings to maintain their stronghold in the divisional standings. Hence, the Los Angeles Kings money line emerges as our full game side pick. Historically, 2 out of the last 3 encounters between these 2 formidable teams have fallen short of the goal total. Kings goaltenders have effectively stifled the offensive onslaught from Wild skaters, limiting them to 2 goals or less in 2 of their last 3 matchups. Considering both teams' placement in the lower echelons of the league in terms of average goals scored per game, the likelihood of either team mounting rapid goal-scoring barrages remains minimal, with Los Angeles boasting an elite defense, ranking 3rd in the league with an average of 2.48 goals allowed per game and securing the 4th position in save percentage. The prospects of Wild skaters penetrating their defensive fortifications appear bleak. Conversely, Minnesota's goaltenders have exhibited commendable form this season, ranking 11th in the NHL in terms of average goals allowed per game. Despite their offensive struggles, the Kings have managed to breach the 1-goal mark in only 3 of their last 5 overall games. Conversely, Wild goaltenders have maintained their resilience, conceding 2 goals or less in 3 of their last 5 contests. Navigating the intricacies of this matchup proves challenging, as historical encounters between these 2 sides oscillate between low-scoring affairs and high-scoring spectacles. However, the defensive solidity exhibited by the Kings inspires greater confidence, especially when playing on their home turf. Recent matchups in Los Angeles have tended towards lower goal totals, with the last 3 games culminating in 5 goals or fewer. Moreover, both teams have trended towards hitting the under in their recent outings, with the Wild failing to surpass the projected total in their last 3 games, while the Kings have mirrored this trend in their last 5 contests. With a stellar record of 42-22-3 on the under this season, coupled with the potential offensive limitations stemming from Eriksson's injury, under the projected total emerges as our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.